Good morning, or afternoon, or evening. I don't know where you are. Can everybody hear me? Is the audio okay? Is the video okay? If so, we're gonna go. If you're on Twitter, you can send a message in chat, or I don't know what it looks like, but you can send me a message, I can see it. And if you're on YouTube, you already know that. E você está no Brasil? Bom dia, boa tarde. All right, I'm not hearing from anybody, so now I got to make sure that we're live on my own. Looks like it. See on Twitter. And I see on YouTube. Hey Tony, thank you for confirming. Just 1 minute while I change up something here. Got to get all my electronics in order. Yo, good morning. How's everything on the bike? Camera good, not cutting my head off or anything? If so, then we're good and we're gonna go. Okay. So it's a little chilly this morning, but it feels great outside. The sun's out, at least temporarily. Perfect framing, thank you. And the point of this morning's live stream is that I recently became aware of a piece of infrastructure extension. So there's this multi-use path, bike path, that abruptly ended and doesn't allow you to go anywhere else. And I came to find out last night that it has been extended and connected to another trail. So we're gonna go explore that and see what it looks like and see where it takes us. So we're just here waiting on cars. As usual. Waiting on cars. So how's everybody today? Am I gonna get any chat participation, or am I gonna talk to myself the whole damn time? What are you doing? How's your day been? What are your plans? We're now getting on the Monon Boulevard. Hello, Goose. Just a warning that once we get, I don't know, here in about 5 to 7 minutes, we're gonna go through an area that has some cellular connection instability. So the video will get kind of choppy and crappy, but it'll only last for a few minutes. And then as far as where we're going, I do not know what coverage is like, but we have 2 modems on 2 different networks, so hopefully the video will stay nice. Chilling at home with bruised ribs. Enjoying the day off from work at least. I'm sorry to hear that. What'd you do? How did you hurt yourself? Sorry, I'm not laughing at the fact that you have bruised ribs, just the line, "What'd you do?" I immediately think of Chris Farley in Black Sheep when David Spade goes to get back in the car, tries to open the door completely comes off, and Chris Farley goes, "What'd you do?" Turbo Dave, what up? Found you via one of the Urbanist podcasts. Was it the Urbanist Agenda with NJB that I was on, or something else? I completely glossed over what I was just riding through. Huge redevelopment happening here, so that whole ugly part is going to be really cool here in about 6 months. Damn. All right, that sign is going to get somebody hurt. Hold on. I gotta fix that. I can't believe nobody fixes this. And like the Park District, they ride past here daily and they don't take the time to fix it. So you gotta rely upon somebody else to freaking do it. Hey, Carmel Clay Park District, I see you guys coming past here all the time. Get out of your four-wheeler and do something about that. Stop being lazy. Crisp video quality, thank you. Good, I'm glad to hear that. I turned up the data transmission rates even more before I left. I have some data to burn off before the end of my billing cycle, so I figured, hell, why not? I was running to catch the tram while wearing a heavy backpack, tripped on a loose phone, tripped on the phone I was holding in my Okay, again, I'm not laughing at you, I'm very sorry. Just the situation of tripping on the phone that you were holding. It comes off as comical whenever I'm not the one that was hurt. And sorry, everybody, I gotta stop one more time to fix a cable. Well, at least you only have bruised ribs. I mean, you didn't break anything, right? So that's good. My cable management is being a bit of a pain here. I don't know if I'm... that's why. Sorry I'm making everybody dizzy by flipping the camera around, putting my hand in front of the camera. I just have some cable situations going on here. And how are we? Are we straight? I think we're straight. I just have some cable situations going on here, that's all. Brandon out here being a better civil servant than the people who are actually paid for it. Yeah, you're telling me. I mean, I praise the Carmel Clay Park District a lot because they do a really good job of keeping things clean and out here all the time, you know, doing work on our Monon Trail. But, I mean, there's no excuse to just drive your gator past that. You see the sign laying on the path, somebody is going to crash and hurt themselves. So stop, get out, and put it back up. That's part of your job. Or anybody in the city, for that matter, who works for the city. If you see it, do something about it. Don't rely upon... I mean, if it was laying out in the car lane, I'm sure the street department would have fixed it by now. But listen to me. I didn't start a stream just to complain at everybody, so we'll move on from that. Oof. The place looks so nice. Yes, that area is nice. I'm gonna turn the camera forward and be ready because the video is gonna get choppy in the next few minutes, but don't worry, it will return to normal soon after. they cut out all the trees on just south of Midtown. Yeah, they cut all that out because they're doing the redevelopment. They're starting it now, but they're going to be planting tons of trees for the redevelopment. So that is good. Hello from The Hague. Goedemiddag. Beautiful day today. It really is. Like I said, it's pretty crisp. I think it's maybe 2 Celsius, but it feels good. Again, a warning, video's gonna get crappy. And it'll get better. So glad to have all of you that have tuned in. Thank you for taking time out of your day and coming by to ride with me. You gonna stop, minivan? No? For the record, I would not have went in front of her. I was just edging up to the path because motorists need to pay more attention when they come up to that trail crossing. There are signs, I think there's lights, but some of them just cruise on up there as if nothing's gonna happen. And if that little situation can be useful for anything, it is to show our leaders that the design right there is not good enough. So when you're driving your car and you're in a situation where somebody could come out from the sides or whatever, the design slows you down and you know that, hey, people could be present here. Well, clearly there's not enough design there to alert people driving that could happen. So we need more things to call attention to the area. Didn't that minivan have the right of way? Well, probably. But here's the thing, in the US, we make all of this shit a gray zone. So yes, that's a major trail crossing, and probably the van technically had the right of way, and I wasn't crossing in front of them. I had no intentions of going out in front of them. I was just stopping at the very edge of the trail so she could see me and become aware that people cross here. She's the one that had to hit her brakes. She decided to back up. And actually, I think the law in Indiana is you have to enter a pedestrian crossing before the cars are legally supposed to stop for you, which is like, hey, push the stroller out into the crossing so that the motorist has to then stop for you, which is nuts. Might be getting choppy video, by the way. Anyway, don't badger me about right of way because I'm not going to have that discussion. Next time she comes through that area, she'll remember, hey, a trail user might try to cross, and she will slow down so that there's no need to dramatically hit the brakes like that. Nearly all crashes are the result of excessive speed. Stuck my front end out in front of her? No. The camera might have looked that way, but The front wheel of my Urban Arrow is still on my path. It wasn't until I saw that she was stopping that I decided to edge forward to the crossing. I don't have a death wish, so I certainly don't dart out in front of anybody unless it's mostly calculated that they're stopping. Kind of part of this, the point of this live stream too, is to point out and put into practice those conflicting areas of infrastructure to show how they work by design. And to show how they work by design, you have to have instances such as what we just encountered, and to get it on video. So I'm gonna stop here. Can you guys see over this railing? If so, that's a nasty strode. And if you can see over the railing, then you can see the multi-use path. It takes me to my grocery store, but I have to ride along this loud, nasty strode. But then they just built, this used to be like a, if you can see it, this used to be a single family zoning lot for like 2 houses. Now there's a bunch of condos here. Expensive as hell. I think each one is starting at $700,000 to be right along the strode, but at least you're right along the Monon Trail, right? It's just another example of Carmel's working hard to build more housing and make it somewhat denser than single-family zoning. So I really applaud what the city leaders are doing. Even if they make mistakes here and there, they're really trying compared to most cities and suburbs. Path looks way too close to that strode. Yeah, I feel that way too, like especially whenever it's busy and I'm riding on it, even though it is just like a little separated with grass, which is better than not. There's nothing to stop some car or truck or SUV from just jumping the curb, coming over and taking my life from me. Yeah, there could be some design elements introduced there that would help. But for now, like I said, it's better. It's better than most things you'll find in the US in a similar context. So that's the constant game we're playing in the US is, well, this sucks, but it's better than the status quo that we're used to seeing. Well, I could still die here, but at least it's statistically slightly less likely than it otherwise would be, right? Oop. Yeah, I get you. Cars have flown off 146th, I believe that. So, again, for anybody who's just here, the point of this ride, let me go forward so you can see where we're going. The point of this ride is to go find what used to be a dead end to a multi-use path and check out the extension that supposedly connects to another trail. Last time I was at this area, it was just a dead end. But I found out last night via Twitter that it got extended and connected. So we're gonna go check out that extension and connection and see what it looks like. Huh. There's a minivanner paying attention. I gave him a head nod and a smile. So my hands are in my pogies and kind of hard to take out and put back in for a friendly little wave. Whoop. BBZZ, sorry, I'm still getting used to who shows up to these streams and who doesn't. I think you've been here before, right? In the stream, your name looks somewhat familiar. So obviously you're from around here. One of these days I'll start to recall some of the regulars that show up. But this is only my 4th stream, so. So out here, the only useful place I know of is straight ahead, and that's the Target. I used to go there to get things, but I've since replaced my Target needs with other places. But it's still nice to be able to reach a Target by bike on separated multi-use path. Okay, so I guess I go straight. I'm pretty unfamiliar with this area. I don't come out past here, so there's gonna be some guessing involved. But isn't this great? I mean, we're kind of on the edge of town, not really out near much, but we still have this separated multi-use path. I mean, there's a lot of these too. Most places you would just have nothing. So, and look, there's even a road diet. So that's cool. Hooray, caught a live one. Yeah. Good streets. Thank you for catching the live one. Okay. Yep, this is it. I think. We're gonna see a big spider too. Yeah, that road diet could use trees in the median, I agree. Can never have enough trees. So just under this underpass, the path used to terminate. Aha! So it would terminate right here, but it looks like it keeps going. Oh, cool, there's a garden shop. Did you guys see the spider? The underpass spider? Let's go take a look at it. Looks like it's made out of an old fuel tank. Yeah, fuel oil. Made out of an old fuel tank. Got a little face. And some little spidey legs. Isn't that cool? See, we can repurpose all this old fossil fuel infrastructure, turn all the old excess tanks into the spider body, and just put spiders all over the country. Oh, you're the guy that tweeted about the spider. Okay, cool. Well, thank you, because you're the reason we're here doing this stream and checking this out. I had no clue about it. And boy, if you stay on top of infrastructure changes, you should consider putting more of them out there. I only found it because I then went to your profile and saw that you had like a single tweet or two, but this was one of them. Replace strodes with spiders. I agree. Let's do it. The only thing less scary than a strode is a spider or a snake. So what's interesting here, this is a garden center. I'll just walk the bike. So people in Carmel could potentially ride their bikes to a garden center with, what are those things called? Trolls? Is this what all the reply guys in my tweets look like? These are the trolls? It looks like they're closed. And of course the name of this place I cannot pronounce. It says H-A-B-I-Q, or no, G. Well, I think that font was a bad choice on the building, because I couldn't tell that that was a G. Habig Garden Center, including the lack of pants. Yeah, right? So where does this go? It looks like I see a sign up here that says Cool Creek Park. Anybody have any more information if you're a local? Let's go up and kind of see where it goes. Okay, so on this side it terminates up here and sends me to the other side of the street. Road, I mean. This is a road, not a street. I think they need more stuff in place here to call attention to this crossing, though. Not a big fan of what that looks like. There's just not much to tell motorists that we're crossing. People could exist here, especially, this is where design principles come into effect. So because that's a curve, people don't have the advantage of seeing further down the line. So they'll be coming around that curve, and let's just say a family is trying to cross right here, or somebody slower, you know, a seasoned citizen. Somebody could be hauling rear around that corner and kill somebody right here, because there's really nothing. Yeah, there's nothing really to call attention to this crossing. So if you're from here, find out who's responsible for this and send them an email and tell them, hey, we need more design details to call attention to this crossing before somebody gets killed. Glad we identified that, but still, on the bright side, it's not a very wide road. Jacob Bax, good morning. Jacob, are you back home? You were in Amsterdam, right? Oh, fuck me! That's loud. So we're having the tornado siren test, and it's right there. God damn. Oh, fucking hell. Well, it's 11 o'clock, everybody. Jesus. Good morning, Indiana. No shit. That sucked. My fucking ears. Oh yeah, you guys complaining. I was the one standing right next to it. Jesus. All right. That was horrible. Jesus. So that was the 11 o'clock tornado siren test that we were literally standing right under. That or somebody from the highway department turned it on because they heard me complain. I'm just kidding. I'm not that important. We had an air raid siren test about a week ago here in Germany. And we don't have those here yet. Yet. I gotta scroll some chat messages, sorry. Yeah, great place to be stopped, no kidding. Okay, sorry everybody. Do you think Carmel would be as good for cyclists without the Monon? No. The Monon is a vital lifeline to the network, if you want to call it that Carmel has. But we have it, so. Keep going north, you can hook up to the Midland Trace Trail. So I guess I need to cross here. and keep going north. Can't wait for the 11:02 tornado alarm test. Is there an 11:02 test? So I guess we'll just cross here. I'm into uncharted territory for myself. I have never been here. So let's just cross. Cool. Again, this is the Natalie Wheeler Trail, that sign said. Again, we're kind of out in the middle of what I feel like is nowhere, suburbia, and we have this separated path. And this is awesome. And again, this is my first time encountering this. I have never come out here, and this is really cool. Although I don't like to explore on my own, so bringing you guys along with me on this live stream kind of feels like I'm not out here by myself. We all experienced that tornado siren back there. Right? Oh, that's neat. Smiley face. Here we go. Simple. You build a little bridge. You allow people to cross without having to be out there with cars. That's cool. What is that thing? What's with the mailboxes? What do you mean? I'm guessing that you're not from the US and that's why you're asking, but also I wasn't paying good attention, so I'm not sure which mailboxes. Where am I? And should I cross? Whatever. Let's cross here. This led to a curved back sidewalk, which I don't like. And then that looks like it dead ends. Yeah, all right, so let's cross here. Says that sidewalk is closed ahead. That's 161st Street. We have similar multi-use paths around here. I wish there were fewer road crossings like that one back there though. Yeah. You just gotta design the crossings to be safer. It's pretty easy if you know how to do proper design. Sometimes mailboxes are on the other side of the road from the homes to make things easier for postal services. Yeah. Yep. Gotta go start dinner. Enjoy the rest of your ride. Okay. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy dinner. My next meal is gonna be lunch. All right, so I feel like my camera's tilted up a little bit for some reason. Readjust that. Sorry, just tightening things, checking cables. All right, well, then I guess we have to go this way. So is there anywhere to go out here? I mean, I can get here, but then what? I don't know. All right, so what do we do out here? It ends here. And then if you go over there, then you still have to cross over there. I do not want to go up to that overpass because It looks like it leads to unfriendly infrastructure. Crap. I guess I have to explore this. Oh wait, I can't cross here. If you can see across there, they got a fence up that also cuts off the path, which seems unnecessary. They could have at least... Damn it. All right. So we got to turn around. Where the sidewalk ends, that's where we are. We have to turn around. Oh shit. Jesus. A lot of aggressive driving happening around here by people with a death wish. Looks like the overpass is supposed to have a sidewalk. Yeah, I mean it does. And it goes up to the top of that overpass, but I mean, I guess we can ride up there and see what it looks like, right? Looks like going west will get you back to the Monon. Yeah, if it connects. I mean, we can go west and see, well, we can go to the top of that hill and see what happens. Is this lady with a coffee in her hand? Jesus! She didn't even look at me. She just had her hands full of something and looked the other way. Typical. Don't be surprised, Brandon. Don't be surprised. Not seeing more sidewalk that way looks sketchy. Yeah, well, let's go up the hill and see what it turns into. The joy of getting around by bike. In a car, roads everywhere. On a bike, good luck. Yeah, Turbo Dave, that is accurate. I've been wondering what it would be like to add an extension that kind of, on the stream, it shows where I'm at. But I don't really like the idea of doing that so much. But then people would be able to like look ahead for me on Google Maps and say, hey, there's something, or no, there isn't. Oh boy, this has got me being adventurous, and I don't really like to be that adventurous on a bike. I like to do the path heavily traveled. Okay, I think I know where I'm at now. Are you gonna see me? Yeah, this is kind of crappy. No, this is super crappy. This isn't safe. Don't like it. Don't like it. But here's what it takes me over. So, you know, there's all this excess room for cars, clearly 4 lanes, but people get a sliver and no protection. Seems like something the state of Indiana designed, not the city of Carmel. But this is what it takes me over. We could sit here and count how many people are playing with their phones. This view right here could be any town USA. I could be like, where am I? And people would just start rattling off literally every state in the country. Because all this sterilized garbage looks the same. All right, this is ugly. Let's get the hell out of here. So yeah, I see that this will take me back to the Monon. That highway, and by the way, you guys probably can't tell, but it is loud as hell up here. I can't even hear myself talk. Yeah, that highway looks like it needs some widening. Yes. 12 more lanes, bro. Ah, well. So yeah, this infrastructure is what I'd label shit infrastructure, but it does exist. And again, in most places it doesn't even exist, so we have to lower our damn standards and be like, oh, thank you for giving us this sliver of existence that we can barely utilize, but we can utilize it. At least there is a sidewalk across the highway. Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Oop. It's sad that this is, whoops, sorry, George. It's sad that this is better than we have in our suburbs. Yeah, I know, it is sad when, like, you know, I'm just gonna admit, it's really good that a lot of this stuff exists and it is somewhat enabling, but it's dangerous for a lot of people and not inviting for certain ages and genders and everything else. And I'm not even one of those guys I'm not even one of those people that's comfortable being uncomfortable. I'm very much uncomfortable right now. And if I feel that way, then that means the majority of people would be too uncomfortable to use that. But the fact that it exists has us one step closer to making it better. And let's stop and look at something. I may have stopped too late. But here's the Monon crossing, and they put in these, shoot, what are these called? Hawk signals, or I don't remember the name, but they are stupid expensive, like just nuts. They're so expensive. And I feel like there's better design elements that could be put into place to slow motorists down and bring awareness to the crossing. But I'd have to look into that a little bit. I think we can ride north a little bit on the Monon. I think I have time. Oh boy, they make it so you have to push a button. Yeah, I don't like that. But Hawk Beacon, yeah, that's right, Turbo Dave, thank you. Correct. And I want to say they're over $200,000 to install the whole entire thing. Last time I looked, 200, 250, something like that. Just something ridiculous that some bulb outs or crap. My brain it's not working right now. All that crappy infrastructure kind of rattled me. There's some simple design elements that can be put into the roadway to slow people and call attention that don't come anywhere near as close to the cost as a Hawk Beacon. They should replace those traffic circles, 2-lane roundabouts, with turbo roundabouts with physical lane separators to strongly discourage drivers changing lanes within the roundabout. Yep. I don't know if the turbo roundabout design has made its way over to the US yet, because I haven't seen them anywhere. And I do think they're much, much safer and better than these double lane roundabout ridiculousness that we have here. But yeah, I don't think they've hit the knowledge base here yet. Honestly, turbo roundabouts just sounds cool. Kind of does, doesn't it? So we're not even in Carmel anymore. We're in the city of Westfield, their area. It's pretty cool that you can ride from town to town, city to city along the Monon like this. Really nice. Oh boy, here's some bumps. Oh, but they're smooth. I haven't been this far on stream. I've been this far on my bike before, but I'm curious how the signal's holding up. Is the video quality good? If so, that's great. I'm glad to know that there's good coverage up here. Got another crossing up here. So something I always like to tell people that's nice about the Monon and then what they do in the area is that, you know, there's a lot of places where the rails to trails or a major trail will just take you somewhere, but then it doesn't branch, right? But around here, more often than not, they have made branches off of the Monon. So as you see, you can go that way. And I think it keeps going on the other side of the sign. I can't really see. And then it does go that way. And actually, this is how I ride to my doctor, which I rarely go to, thank goodness. I hope to God it remains that way and stay in good health. But I can keep going that way, multi-use path, then take a multi-use path north, and then I'm there. And I can actually see the hospital from here. It's straight through there, sticking up into the sky. That's where my doctor's located, and I can get there easily by bike, so that's pretty cool. Alrighty. We're just gonna ride up until we kind of touch the southern tip of Westfield, and then I think we'll take the Monon back to Carmel. Maybe be streaming for another 45 minutes to an hour. It's just my estimation. If you got nothing to do or if you need a distraction from work. I'll point forward just so you guys can get an idea of what this looks like. This guy's in short shorts and I'm here in winter coat, hat, gloves, pogies. I do have a thin layer long underwear on under my jeans. I didn't want to get out far from home and be cold. Hey, can somebody tell me, does the video quality look okay? Like I said, I haven't been up here with the streaming rig, so I want to know if it looks good. That'll just tell me that the cell coverage is strong enough. Oh, God. Bumpy. Looks good. Thanks, Good Streets. Thanks for letting me know. Quality looks good. Hey, Southwest Texan. So you live around here, right? But SW Texan is your name. Are you originally from Texas? Dave Gaming, video looks good. Thanks, Dave. Cool. Yeah, so I mean, we're entering into Westfield, Indiana now. And geez, I mean, you can just do all this on this trail. It's amazing. Original Texan. Are you happy to be out of Texas or indifferent? I hear the birds. I hear birds more than I hear cars, so that's great. This is nice. It's somewhat quiet here right now. Wow. When your ears have been ringing from cars, this is awesome. The tranquility. Okay, so two trail systems meet up here, it looks like. We got signage, so let's go see what it is. Is that up there? All right. There's a huge bird back there sitting on the bridge. Like a massive, massive bird. Probably a hawk. Let's see here. I miss Texas, but my wife is from there, so I'm stuck. Oh, I'm sorry, but my wife is from here, so I'm stuck. I gotcha. Understandable. My wife is from Brazil, like Brazil, the country, not Brazil, Indiana. And we lived there for a few years, and we're gonna go back someday. And I won't miss the US. But for now we're here. So it looks like, I don't know if you guys can read the signs there. It says Monon Trail and Greyhound Pass Trail are that way, south. And then the other one says Monon Trail North and Grand Park the other way. I don't know what Grand Park is. But that is a cool looking sign. It'd be nice if they had a light on top of that to bring some light to this area. I'm a big advocate for proper lighting. I know that triggers a ton of people like, oh my God, we have to curb light pollution and blah, blah, blah. And yeah. But there's light design that we can put in place so that our active infrastructure is lit up properly, which will invite and enable more people. While also reducing our light pollution, so calma. That asphalt sounds incredible. What asphalt? Does Carmel put in bike repair stations? Yeah, there's a lot of them. And last stream I actually caught somebody using one. Well, they were using the air pump to put some air in their tires, but yeah, they have a bunch of them. Grand Park is the giant sports complex just north of you. Oh, I think I've heard of it. I just haven't been there and I have no reason to go there. All right. Yeah, so Westfield, Indiana is just right over there, and we'll ride up to the edge, I guess, of the trail where it would take me more into Westfield. And one of these days I'll do a stream where we go into Westfield and explore more of the Monon. But that is not going to be today. I did not pack enough snacks for that. Yeah, I just learned, Turbo Dave, yeah, I just learned about lighting that also reduces light pollution. I didn't know it was possible even 3 weeks ago. Oh yeah, I mean, we can adequately light our active infrastructure without causing that dirty light pollution that everybody's so scared about. But fact of the matter is, our active infrastructure needs to have light. That's the only way to make it safe and inviting for everybody. You can't just have people, you can't expect people to be walking around or riding their bike in the pitch black. It's just not gonna make it so you can fully utilize that infrastructure. Good streets, lighting. It's like the first or second thought for women cycling on trails and paths. And if you aren't getting more women cycling, then you're failing. Exactly. Exactly. Say it louder for the people in the back. That's the bellwether of if you're doing well or not. How many women do you see utilizing your active infrastructure? Oh, I just about rode past a lot of interesting things. Bike parking, water, pavilions, and looks like a little park here. Some restrooms as well. Yeah, cool. Right along the trail. Greetings from Germany. Guten Abend? Is that what I'm wanting to say, or did I just mix Dutch and German? And actually for you guys it's good evening, so good evening. I think it's what, you're 6 hours ahead? 6 or 7? Here's some of these Canadian geese, God love them. They crap all over the place, but I still like them. Oh man, okay, well, I'm lost, I think. I haven't been this way for over a year. Oof. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. So you see all that gravel right where people have to come up and turn? No doubt bike tires are slipping in that gravel and somebody's gonna wreck. Guten Abend. Ah yes, I was close, wasn't I? I was close. The sign on that fence said U.S. property, no trespassing. Yeah, I saw that cop out of it. I don't know if he was actually watching us, but he stopped. He's like, what's that crazy looking thing? And why is that guy just standing there? One man in an oversized SUV patrolling the streets. I don't know. I know that police is a controversial issue in the US, and I'm not getting into that, but one thing I do take a stand on is that the majority of police departments do not need these oversized vehicles. Fine, you want to have a couple for specialty reasons? Okay, but most of them need small vehicles for patrolling. Don't argue with me about that. Man, I am lost. So I think we're done in Westfield. I think we're done in Westfield because I don't know where I'm at. And I want to be able to go home at some point. This looks like a trail. Here I'm like, I don't know where I am. I think we need to turn around, and then I just keep going deeper into it. See, last time I came to Westfield, I don't know, the Monon took me straight to like some crossing and a bridge, and I don't know. I don't know that continuing on is going to be beneficial. There's a school. Or a daycare. Whoops, sorry. I think. I don't care. Okay, so this trail brings us to, what is that? Looks like a big box store, but I can't tell what it is. It's probably a grocery store, I guess. Oh, Jesus, this is so typical. I don't understand this. Let's just take a look at this. So for whatever reason, they're like, hey, let's put some bike parking right here. Like, it's crap bike parking. Like, this rack is not proper. But why? And the bench, why? There's not even a tree here or anything. Like, why? This is just, it's typical American decision making for putting in these design details that it looks good on CAD or it looks good on paper, and then in practice it's just like, why? What's the point? And I mean, who's gonna lock up out here? If this bike parking is meant to be for that place, then that's nuts. That's ridiculous. I still don't know what it is. I should probably read chat. Maybe somebody's already said. Okay. Meyer is right in front of you. Oh, so that's a Meyer? Okay. So you can reach Meyer by bike. That's cool. If you are into Meyer. I hate how we're all big box stores. Like, I'd just rather have small to medium-sized grocery stores in our towns, you know? You all get that, right? Rather than car-oriented capitalism, which is basically what all these big box stores are. BMW boy was staring at me. Kind of hungry. I need to grab a snack before I start heading back. So the plan is, after I eat this little snack, we're gonna ride back to Carmel. Because I've done enough exploring. I actually didn't plan on coming this far. I will one of these days. We'll go further and I'll look at the route ahead of time. But not today. That's not the purpose of today. We already accomplished the purpose of today by checking out where that path extended, where it used to end, and now we're just having fun. Are there any Brazilians watching? Oi, tem brasileiros aqui? Pão de queijo. This is Brazilian cheese bread. It is a major thing in my wife's state, where she's from, which is Minas Gerais. I love it. Oop. My chat is not scrolling on its own. Dave Gaming, Brazilian cheese bread called pão de queijo. It is. It's great with coffee, and it's not like literal cheese bread. It's not like what you would think, like, bread with melted cheese on it. It's not like that at all. But this and coffee, amazing. I didn't want to put the camera on that lady, but if you can see her, she's walking, talking on her phone. She's carrying a bag, and she came from here. I think that's a Goodwill. So obviously she did a little shopping and then is walking. So, you know, I guess they're doing okay up here in Westfield, making it so some people can walk to the things that they want to do. There's a Brazilian bakery opening up near me, and I'll have to try it. What country or city are you in? I'm curious. water, because water is the best. I guess I'm gonna eat one more. Hope you don't mind. Ho, ho, ho. Sorry I didn't stop somewhere that was prettier. So it's almost lunchtime for most of us. What are you guys having for lunch today? Or dinner? I always like talking about food. I'm a healthy eater though, so I see a Kentucky Fried Chicken over there. Gas station. An auto parts store. Auto parts stores are everywhere. Gyoza. Sounds familiar. Leftover chicken pasta. Nice. It's outside Chicago, reachable by the metro. One of the best Brazilian places that we've ever been to in the U.S. Small restaurant. Is in Chicago. And we go there every time we're in Chicago. It's about as authentic as you're gonna get to have comida brasileira, Brazilian food in the U.S. It's called Brazilian Bowl. B-O-W-L, Brazilian Bowl. So look it up in Chicago. It's like, 15 minutes north of the Loop, I think. Something like that. By car, sorry. And it's awesome. Should definitely go there. Dumplings, I think they're called in the U.S. Oh. Are they? Is that the translation? All right. I've had my snack. Actually, I'm gonna grab one for the road. It's another Brazilian thing. So like a little cafe espresso, espresso coffee, hard candy. Sorry for all the sniffing, just a little chilly. Well, let's ride back. So how long will it take us to get from somewhere in Westfield back to Central Carmel? Let's find out. What time is it now? 11:41. So if you're gonna stick around, note that we left at 11:41. And we'll just go back, I guess, the way we came, because less chance of me getting lost. Pot stickers, yeah, okay, I got you. Pot stickers are good when you don't dump a ton of like high sodium soy sauce on there. I always try to buy like extremely low sodium soy sauce anytime I need soy sauce, which is rare. You know, it's just remarkable that this multi-use path network exists here in central Indiana, connecting all these little cities and towns. It's not something I ever would have imagined to exist here. I figured, you know, if you want to have something like this, you got to go to California. Not just bikes. Hey, how's it going? We're exploring uncharted streaming territory. We're in another town or city north of Carmel, and we got here completely by trails. Everybody, you know who Not Just Bikes is, right? If you don't, go look him up. One of the best YouTubers out there. But I feel like that's dumb to say, because if you know who I am, you know who Not Just Bikes is. Stream looking good, thanks. I cranked up the bit rate even more. I have a bit of a data budget to eat up before the billing cycle's over, so I was like, let me turn up the bit rate on the Bella box and see if that makes it even better. And I don't know quite yet if it did. I think it's like 6,750 on the bit rate. So I'm curious what it looks like. I'll check it out when I'm home. Oh yeah, here, let's take a peek at the playground. So this is cool, huh? It's too cold for Indiana though. There's nobody, whoops, it's soft. Maybe I shouldn't be riding my bike on it. It's soft, so I guess if you fall down here, you won't scrape your knee. Back in my day, we fell down and we bled. Angry old man shakes fist at sky. There's some bathrooms. That's good. Oh, it says this is I guess sign in there says this is a splash park, so I'm guessing this thing in the middle. Ah, yeah. So it looks like water comes out of all these goofy things, so kids can play in the water, and then the surface is soft but drainable. Okay, that makes sense now. Well, that's cool. Certainly come in handy during the Indiana summers when it's hot as hell. And that orange thing in front of us looks like it drops water too. I guess you don't have kids. Those soft ground playgrounds have been common for a while. Yeah, I haven't been on a playground since I was a kid myself. And our cats don't tend to need to go to the playground, so yeah, I'm a bit unfamiliar. Nice ride. Thank you. That guy said, nice ride. Talk, listen, sing, imagine, create, pretend, jump, clap, skip, move. That's what the signs say along the trail. Looks like you can play tennis over there, or I don't know if it's tennis. I mean, those courts are super small. All right. Let's keep going. Let's try to find our way back to the Monon. Whoop. Bump, bump, bump. Oh, I think I see that bridge, the Monon Bridge. But how did I miss it? Central Midland Trace Trail. Oh, it's because I needed to go straight the other way. All right. So we'll head back to Carmel in a minute, but I want to go that way past the wayfinding sign that we saw earlier right here. So this is, yeah, this takes us to Monon North, I guess. Oh, God. All right. Oh, there's another extension that was done. I wonder, this was not here last time I was here. So they spider webbed off of this and that goes somewhere. The progress that they make here in central Indiana is just astounding. I tend to get pretty negative and critique a lot of things, but they keep going, so I gotta hand it to them. They keep adding extensions and making a network. That's awesome. Maybe they were pickleball courts. Ah, that's a good point, Perry. Ah, here we are. So this is Monon Extension. Cross here. And then the bridge takes you across that dirty little traffic sewer down there. Unpopular opinion, I hate Chipotle. The bridge has some lighting here on the side, which illuminates the surface. Looks like it has, oh, that's cool. Oh. So the lighting is right here and points down, and it's along both sides. And then we've got plexiglass to stop the noise pollution from infecting this area. So as you can see, you can keep going, but we're not going to. We're gonna turn around. We're gonna go back to Carmel, just like I've been saying. Karsten, hi, welcome. And last time I was out here, a lot of these apartments did not exist. We'll go to the bottom of the hill, turn around, and then we're going back to Carmel. Again, for anybody who's just joining us, we're in Westfield, Indiana, which is a city north of Carmel, and we got here completely by path. Yeah, so last time I was here, this was just a big open field. There was nothing. And they're building housing. They've got the path in place. That's cool. All right. That's as far north as we're going. We are going back. So what do you guys think? That's neat, huh? Housing, path. I don't know how much further the path keeps going, but I'm assuming it goes further. The path has some lighting. See the lighting? That's good. There's a fix-it station for those that were asking about that. Whoop. Sorry, I'm adjusting the camera. Here. Come on. How's the camera? Does that look okay? I kind of got it adjusted down a little bit. That's a good thing about having long alien arms. I can reach everything I need to reach. Does the camera look okay, guys? Yuck. Good FOV. Good, thank you. This bridge helps so much. Whee! I like going down hills. Whee! Blowing stop signs. Just kidding. I yielded. Are you in Indianapolis? Hello from Columbus, Ohio. No, I am in Westfield, Indiana, north of Carmel, Indiana, which is then north of Indy. However, you could take the Monon Trail, which we're on right now, and you could go all the way to Indianapolis, and you could go south of Indianapolis and then connect up to more trails and keep going south further. Whoa, I just lost something. Hold on. Something just popped out. Are all my cables good? I hit some serious bumps. I just lost something. What did I lose? Oh, I lost my Halls. Halls cough drops. I have these for my my throat, because when I talk forever on the stream, my voice starts to get weak. I think I'll have one. And where should I put them? I guess I'll put them in my pocket. How about that? Hello from South Indy. Hi, Brad. Brad, do you have a lot of trail networks in South Indy? I bet you do. I hope you do. Job is done. I am finished. My advanced training as a bicycle traffic planner was completed 10 minutes ago. Now I enjoy the last minutes looking at your stream. Oh, cool. Congratulations, by the way. Brad, where we have zero sidewalks, paths, or streetlights. Damn. Well, I'm not shit-talking Indianapolis, but I have become aware that you guys have some horrible leadership in place there that tends to do nothing but pander to socialized car culture, despite the pedestrian and bike death toll that continues to rise in Indy. Yeah, your guys' leadership is horrible. And I'm really sorry, because you guys should be doing so much better, but your leaders are failures. And it's certainly not the fault of the advocates there, because they're working their asses off to bring to light all the problems that there are and point out solutions, but nobody's listening and nobody's taking action, and people just continue to die. I don't want to cuss too much on the stream, but it's just messed up. Just heard the governor in Indy blocked BRT or light rail or something like that. I know minimal things about that, but I think it had something to do with blocking dedicated lanes. And I thought it got overturned. I don't know. I don't follow a lot of the news about mass transit. Not because I don't care, but it's just not my area of peak interest. I tend to stay narrowly focused on bike and walking infrastructure, and I let people that are much more competent than myself cover the transit aspect. I'm not out to be a jack of all trades. So we're on the Monon and we're heading back to Carmel. I love trams. NJB, I love trams as well. I think my most controversial opinion that people won't like is that I hate buses. I hate buses. I love what buses do, and I support funding them and expanding their networks and everything like that. But I don't want to ride a bus. I want to ride a train. I want to ride a tram. Give me rails, or give me a bike, or give me walkability. But I just don't want to ride a damn bus. It's just not fun. I don't know if that makes any sense. Buses in the US suck though. RM Transit has a video about why European buses are better. Yeah, he's pretty great. His YouTube channel's really good. My only experience with European buses was mostly in Den Bosch. So, you know, when you leave the train station there and start walking towards the city, just barely, just right off to the right as you come out of the station, there's the bus depot. So I got to see that. And I saw some buses going around town, and that was all great, but I wasn't enticed to take the bus. So yeah, all the way that way is Carmel. Then you start to get into the outskirts of Indy and progressively get further into Indy. I think from where we are right now, if you just kept going that way, you could be in downtown Indy in an hour. And there would be a few dangerous stroads that you would have to cross to get there. There are a lot of tunnels and a lot of overpasses. Well, I say a lot, but there's some. But there are still road crossings, and some that do have a death toll already assigned to them. Those need to be eliminated. Den Bosch does buses well, even to outlying villages. But unlike the US, they don't stop 3 times per block. Yeah. I did notice that when I lived in Minnesota, I would ride my bike everywhere, and hold on. And I would observe the bus stops, and I noticed that the buses were had a bus stop every block, so it would stop, go a block, stop, go a block, stop, and I felt like that was killing the efficiency of it. Don't kill me here. I know some people have mobility issues, but can't people walk like 2 or 3 blocks to cut down on the bus stops to make it more efficient? The worst thing about the bus is the other vehicles. Yeah, exactly. Like every bus that is sitting in car traffic is failed design policy, right? Oh, shite. Bumpy. I admire these people out running. I just don't think I can do it. Don't get me wrong, I'm in good shape, but I'm almost 2 meters tall, and when I run, my knees just like, they're like, hey, let's walk. Oh, so one of these days we're gonna do a stream where we go this way to go, I don't know, 5-6 kilometers that way, another bump to this garden center where I get some seeds and seedlings. I live in a city that has a suspended monorail. At peak hours, you can catch one every 2 to 3 minutes. Ooh, nice. Wait, didn't you say you lived in Germany? That's where I've seen lots of monorail media. Absurd seeing a stop sign for a pedestrian crossing. Oh man, they're everywhere. Here in the US, planners and engineers like to blanket apply car infrastructure design to all other infrastructure modes. So like a stop sign for pedestrians, a stop sign for bikes, of course, because we apply it for cars. It just makes sense to them in their narrow, limited minds, but those that know understand that just treat it as a suggestion. I mean, it's basically don't be stupid, don't endanger yourself or anybody else, right? So this crossing is where we originally came to, but then we headed off east at the start of the stream. Oh, good golly. The cost of all those crossing signals, yeah, no doubt. No doubt they're expensive. But now we're gonna get back into where we have bridges to go over the roads, tunnels to go under the roads, and then just like a few narrow street crossings. I can hear the birds again instead of the roar of car tires. I love how there's this group of urbanists and then everybody else who's like gung-ho about EVs and electric cars and completely change the fuel source. Yeah, great. We're not having combustible engines and polluting via exhaust fumes from fossil fuels like that. But these vehicles are massive. So there's the battery issue, the waste, the excess, but then you still have the vehicle design. It's oversized, overpowered, overweight, overpriced, and then you still have all of the car infrastructure involved for EVs that you had for combustion engine cars. And at the end of the day, if you're on your bike and get hit by a vehicle and killed, do you feel any better about it because you got killed by an EV rather than a combustion engine vehicle? I sure as shit don't. So EVs are not here to save us or the world. They're here to save the auto industry. So we don't need more cars with a different fuel source. We need fewer cars. Banished to bitrate purgatory. Yeah, it's gonna get crappy here a little bit, but not for long. Asphalt is made of oil, yes. Back where I'm from in Illinois, where our farm is, like, we have paved country roads. Well, it's like chip and oil, so like every summer they'd come through and the truck would spray oil all over the top, and then the gravel trucks would drive over it and drop gravel on top. And the smell of that hot oil would just permeate the air. That's all you were breathing into your lungs. And it was so common, I was just so used to it. Yeah, the video quality might break up some more, but it's just this area that we're in. We'll be out of it before long. Looks like we're getting some more people outside. What time is it? Noon? It's noon. Getting a bunch of walkers. Which I'm surprised, it's still kind of chilly for these Indiana people. I don't know what it is right now, maybe 4 Celsius. I haven't looked since I left. Getting ready to go under an interstate with a nice tunnel. I like the view of the tunnel towards me and watching it go whoosh back behind me. Exclamation point weather. Sorry, wheels on a bike. This is not the Bike Curious Twitch stream. Can't trigger weather. I don't know how to set that stuff up anyway. The signal might get crappy again here in a minute, but we're going to be out of the bad area shortly. Woo! So another time we're going to go this way and go check out some new housing and mixed-use development. Okay, we might be cutting out through here, I don't know. But we're almost back to Carmel. I can see it. I think most people just use Nightbot for those. Just about there. F. It'll be back. Oh, geez. Nightbot can be used on both YouTube and Twitch. Huh. I need to figure that out because I would like to have like a, for people to be able to trigger weather. There's really nothing else, but I like the weather idea. So we're back in Carmel now. Ho, ho, ho. Crossing Main Street. I'm gonna slow down a little. I've been riding hard. Here's three guys walking wide. The sky's starting to look cloudy. I think it's gonna rain this afternoon. Yeah, Nightbot is easy. Definitely try it. I guess I could probably just find somebody on YouTube that explains how to set it up. I might do that today. Don't have too much else on my plate, so. Oh, they got on TV over there. I think I told you guys about the TV. I'll go show it to you. Oh, it stinks over here. What the hell? Ugh. Smells like a gas line's cut. So here's that TV. Looks like they have basketball or something on. There's a parking garage in the background. But sometimes they also have like this Carmel, Indiana roundabouts video with roundabout facts, like questions and answers playing. Is pretty funny. Yeah, we got basketball on now. You can just hang out here. You ignored a stop sign. Yes, thank you, Jasper. I don't care. Place to hang out, but it's a midday, it's chilly, nobody's here yet. Probably be a lot of people here tonight. Let's see here. You could also set up stuff like exclamation point bike, exclamation point gear to have a link to your bike and streaming set up. Yeah, that's a good idea. I gotta work on that, I guess, if I'm gonna keep doing this whole thing. Yeah, watching people play ping pong and TV. So let's get out of here without causing problems. There's a coffee house underneath the parking garage. And in the warmer months, they have a walk-up window. We'll utilize that one of these days. We'll just pull the bike up to it, stop, grab a coffee, and hang out. Man, I tell you what, there's so much happening in the city over the next few years with redevelopment and development that is it's going to be a lot of fun to show people and to use. Some of it is happening here where I live too. I just can't wait. Here's a playground. And speaking of redevelopment, so that's getting worked on. That's going to be mixed use, like housing and stuff on ground level, just like you see right here. And this is more redevelopment that's starting right now. Let's stop and talk about it. So what you see right there is the old Carmel train station depot. It's just being stored temporarily, but it used to be located about a block or two back that way on this side, because this is where the Monon Railroad ran. So it's being stored right there. And over on this side where we're looking at right now, right through the middle, which you can see that they freshly cut down all those trees. And then over here, this is all getting redeveloped into mixed use development with tons of public space. The bike path that you see here is going to wind up looking more like this. And actually all of this over here, all of this over here is going to wind up looking very similar to all this. It's going to be amazing when it's done. So that's happening right now. And probably this time next year, I don't know, maybe it'll be done. I don't know the specifics, but yeah, let me get a drink and we'll keep riding. And I think, yeah, this part of the trail is going to close here really soon. And I read that they're going to have a temporary bike pedestrian path somewhere right close to here. I just don't know. I don't know where they're putting it. I hope it's not too far out of the way or inconvenient. I work basically in Zionsville and have been tempted to move to Carmel. Brad, well, come on. They're building more housing. I don't know if that makes it more affordable, but there's going to be more options soon enough. Ah, the sound of progress. So pretty interesting. Not too long ago, we were in a completely different town. And now we're back in Carmel, where they're doing even more work. Building more housing. It'd be pretty cool to live in one of these places. So, did everybody have fun today? I think we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go back to this way on a planter protected bike lane, and then we'll wrap it up. What was that? Big TV? Does Carmel have an active train station? No. No, we have no trains. There's no transit in Carmel. Ooh, I think I hear the fire engines. Oh, they already arrived back at the fire. No, they're taking off. Oof. Boy, we're just catching all the sirens today. First, we stood right next to a tornado siren. That sucked so much. And then we caught the fire engines. Here's City Hall. I think City Hall is such a pretty building. I love brick. I love brick. So I'm gonna keep the camera pointed forward while we transition to where we're gonna kill the stream. I think we'll kill the stream where we started the stream. How about that? Those trail side townhouses are beautiful. Yeah, they're really nice. Trail facing housing. That should be a common development. Speaking of housing, here's more being built. That green color is the insulation, but that's going to be a boatload of housing here in the central core. And there's a grocery store right across the street. Okay, I'll pedal. I could have done all this with crossings and paths, but I'm taking the path of least resistance. Yeah, I think it's gonna rain. Fun stuff. Thank you for the stream. Well, thank you for watching. Yeah, we will go right up here, pull into this place. This is where we started the stream. And that's where we'll end it. Thanks everybody for coming by and watching. Hope you had fun. Nice little Friday morning for me and Friday afternoon for most of the rest of you. All right, we rode 26.5 kilometers. Pretty good, huh? And I used 25% of my dual battery system on this big cargo bike in sport mode. Let's see here. Nice, thanks for the stream. No, just got here. Sorry, Jack. We've been going for an hour 20, so I'm tuckered out and it's lunchtime for me. I'm hungry. Caught the end of the stream. Yeah, better luck next time. There'll be more, don't worry. And it's still ugly outside. Like, it's still early spring, so the trees are, the foliage is, you know, future streams will be better as it gets nicer and warmer, but hopefully not too hot. Thanks for taking us along. Well, thanks for coming along. Thanks to everybody who came out. Special thanks to Celebrity NJB who stopped by. I appreciate that. Appreciate everybody who came by. Well, it's snowing in Toronto. Well, that sounds horrible. I'm not interested in winter snow anymore. The cutoff point was like 4 weeks ago for me, so I quit. Jacob X, thanks for the stream. Karsten, thumbs up. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for coming by. We will see you next time, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. So bye-bye for now. Crap. How do I stop the... I don't remember my commands for ending the stream. Okay. Okay. See you guys later. Bye, everybody.